and this is Nativerezmedia, your place for opinionated tech news, reviews, and entertainment. And today I'll be bringing you a head-to-head comparison of the Soundcore Live Q30s versus the OneOdio A10 Focus. I basically did a review or a comparison of the A10s versus Q35s in a previous video, and had to order a new pair of Live Q30s because mine came up missing. So either way it goes, I'm going to try to make this video as quick as possible. Just going to get into the meat potatoes of these headsets and compare them, look, feel, features, things like that. What comes in the box, fairly similar. Both come with charging cables, 3.5mm headphone jacks, things like that. So without further ado, let's just get right into this. And of course, both look pretty nice, decent looks coming out the box. These are your cases. OneAudio's case, thinner, a little bit larger. This one's a little bit thicker, but a little bit smaller. The one thing to note when looking inside the OneAudio's case, let me move the plastic out. You just have a band to hold the headphones and set. That is pretty much it. We're going to set that off to the side. Looking inside of the Soundcore case, and this is the new Soundcore case. The old one, my OG case here, was a little bit bigger, a little bit thinner. And what I liked about this one, came out with the first iteration. It had placeholders for the ear cups and it came with a pocket. But since then, they've changed things up, and it comes with the smaller, more simpler case here. Have a foam insert. It does have like a little baggie for your cables, and that is pretty much it. We'll start with the OneAudios there. A lot of aluminum on the OneAudio ear cup. You have a plastic headband with some faux leather up under the bottom, faux leather on the ear cups. Little less substantial ear cup padding here. It is memory foam. It's fairly soft. You have your left and right written on the inside of these. Nice swivel mechanism. These do collapse, fold, just like the Q30s. And these feel a little bit more premium out of the box than the Q30s do. All right, jumping into the Q30s as far as look and feel. You got your metal headband on the top. You got your faux leather under the bottom. Then you come around to the ear pads themselves. Memory foam, a lot more memory foam, a lot more padding on the Q30s than on the OneAudio A10s. I'm not saying they are more comfortable overall. It can be for some people. The padding on here, even though it's thinner, doesn't make them less comfortable. They feel fine, but these do have more padding on them. You got your left and right written on the inside here. The ear cups themselves made out of mostly a matte kind of black plastic on the version that I have. If you upgrade to the Live Q35s, you can get them in multiple different colors, and the plastic on the Live Q35s is that soft touch type of plastic versus this smooth kind of satin type of plastic that's on the Q30s here. Other than that, these do have the NFC to pair them. They do also have the touch your right ear cup and then it'll activate pass-through. You have your noise cancellation button on the side here. The only way the noise cancellation pass-through toggle works on these, you have to have the headset turned on. The OneAudio A10s here, let's go to the left side. Charging, ANC on and off. You don't have to have these turned on to activate ANC, pass-through, things like that. If you want more information, go to each respective review for a little bit more in-depth on look, feel, touch, things like that. I'm just going to get straight into the sound. So I'll do a comparison of the mic on the Soundcore Live Q30s versus the OneAudio A10s here. This is the sound of the Soundcore Live Q30s directly into my computer over Bluetooth. And this is the sound of the OneAudio A10 direct to my computer over Bluetooth. How do they sound? And now I'll jump straight into what I think about the ANC comparison. I turned on my computer, went into some ambient noise, some inside of a diner, turned my speakers up, sat about 10 feet away from my speakers with both headphones in hand. Put on the OneAudio A10s, turned on the ANC, listened to it, and then shortly thereafter, took them off, put on the Soundcore Live Q30s, put those on, turned the ANC on, and listened to it. And what I found was the ANC on the Soundcore Live Q30s was slightly better. It was, and there is a reason. Why? It's because the Soundcore Live Q30s inside of the app, you can go in there. There is 3 different modes for the ANC. There's outdoor, there's indoor, and then there's transportation or something like that, or transport, where the transport eliminates most of the low end sounds. Indoor eliminates more of those mid frequencies of vocals and things like that. And then the outdoor, I think it lets through a little bit more high end sound so that you can hear cars and things passing, but it tries to eliminate like a wide range of sounds, which I found that to be pretty cool. It does work slight bits. You can tell the difference when you change through those modes, and the Soundcore Live Q30 has it. This one just has one setting, ANC on or ANC off. It's more so close to just like an indoor type of elimination, but it still doesn't eliminate as much of the vocals as the Live Q30s did. Next thing I compared was Passthrough. Passthrough, it's one of those features that it's either hit or miss. You either use it or you don't. I use it every once in a while when I'm in the gym. It's pretty quick to switch through it on here. You just tap that left side, 1 or 2 seconds. I think it's, 1 second for transparency on the Soundcore Live Q30s. It works pretty well. Turn it on, Passthrough works. It's a little bit better than the OneOdio A10s. The pass-through on the Live Q30s, you can hear a little bit more highs. The volume is turned up a slight bit. I'm not saying that the pass-through on the A10s is horrible or anything. Works just great, but the Soundcore Live Q30s have just a slight edge on the pass-through as well. And now we're going to jump into the sound. Honestly, this is going to be a mixed bag here because, as I've said plenty of times before, the OneOdio A10s, they do not have app support. So what you hear is what you get when you take these out of the box. You pair them up. You can EQ your phone if your phone has an EQ built in, or whatever app you're using to listen to music, or whatever you're going to be connecting these to with a 3.5 millimeter jack. But the EQ on these it stays the same. But on the Live Q30s, just like their older sibling, the Q35s, and I think the Q45s has it as well. You have app control where whatever you change the EQ on there, you can go into that EQ, you can set it to what you want, send it to the ear cuffs themselves, turn the app off, and the EQ will stay the same until you change it again. So that's one of those features that is very much so underrated when it comes to headphones. And being that the Soundcore Live Q30s, their lower end kind of mid-tier model here of a Soundcore, it's pretty dope. I mean, these honestly, they just have more features than the OneOdios for the same price. The NFC, something that a lot of people may or may not use. The touch for transparency, the app control, the features within the app control, the sleep that's in the app control, where you can turn on your ambient sounds, rain, birds chirping, fire by the campfire, stuff like that. The white noise or pink noise or one of those noises it's pretty cool that you can do that with this $80 pair of headphones. Not saying the OneOdios are bad or anything. It's just, like I said, in the 35 comparison, the Q35 comparison, OneOdio should get some app control. If you did, then you'd be able to compete a little bit more. Build quality alone is good, but it's not going to compete with the sound of something like the Soundcore Q30s when you can EQ them. Because out of the box, yes, these sound better than the Live Q30s and the Live Q35s and the Q45s. But once you go in and you go to one of those 21 or 22 EQ settings and you change it and you tweak it and you hit customize, and it only takes 5 minutes to get a sound that's going to be better tailored to your ears. These just come above. They step above. That's pretty much it. The lows on the Q30s, much more present. The lows on the Q30s, I would say, were a little bit better than the lows on the Q35s. If you were someone who enjoyed a little bit more bass. If you enjoy more bass, that's why I said in the original comparison of these and the Q35s, stick with these. Don't go with the Q35s because the bass on these is just much more substantial. It is there. You will hear it. It will rumble. If I'm going over into more dynamic piano, classical music, the Q35s are probably going to be something that you're going to want to listen to a little bit more because you can get the sounds to be a little bit more precise in those. But if you're just hitting up the gym, you want something that's going to get you pumped up, Q30s is where to go. Now, on the OneOdio A10s, as I've said before, what you hear is what you get. These do have low end, not as much as the Q30s. These do have a little bit of high, but they don't sparkle as much as the Q30s do. So like I said, these are going to be more straight down the line. They're not horrible when it comes to the highs, but when I go in and EQ these in my phone, I turn the highs up a little bit. I do turn the mids up a little bit to bring them up to the forefront to make it a little bit more present with those vocals. And you can tweak the bass and try to turn it up a little bit, but you might get into more of a muddied bass if you try to turn the bass up on these. But straight out of the box, they're not a horrible headset, but they could be slightly better if you have that EQ in the app. So overall, look, feel, sound, all the features, hands down, Q30s are going to take it right now. Once the A10s get some app control, as I've said a bajillion times, they might step up to the plate. But if I'm paying $80, I'm going to go for the headsets that are, more tailored to me, more features, better sound, better ANC. These are just it for right now. And it's just one of those things. Sorry to say, I love competition. And one pair of headset that I've been trying to get and I'm going to get are the One More Sonoflow or something like that. I think that's what they're called. One something. A lot of people were raving about those. So I want to get my hands on a pair and then put those in the ring with the Q30s and see if they compare. I think those are $20 more. So they're more closer to the Q35s. They're like right in the middle. So I compare it to both these and see which ones sound the best in a future video. But with that being said, I'm not going to drag this video out any longer. If you have any questions, comments, please do them down below. Thank you guys for watching this video. Peace out.